CIT Group execs were working all weekend to try to convince investors it can work its way out of a liquidity crunch. Can the company avoid filing for bankruptcy? Bloomberg News reporter Caroline Salas joins us now in the studio. So, Caroline, is it fair to say that the company has been judged sort of not in the category too big to fail?
That's what investors are saying right now. And if you look at where their bonds are trading, this is a company whose debt is trading at yields over 20%. That's indicating investors think, bankruptcy is a highly likely option here. This is a company that hasn't had access to the bond market in a year. They've had over $3 billion of losses in the last 8 quarters, and they face $10 billion of bonds maturing through 2010, and right now nobody knows how they can refinance those.
Now, CIT is a lender to about 1 million, right? Mostly small, medium-sized companies. So let's talk about what the implications would be if the company filed for bankruptcy.
Right.
I mean, just how bad would it be?
Exactly. So they finance businesses like Dunkin Donuts, like Eddie Bauer, and we've been getting calls from CEOs of small businesses saying, if CIT were to go away, that could cause failures of small retailers across the country. But the other issue is they haven't been writing much new business in the last 6 months because they haven't had access to financing. So some of these companies have already had to go to other banks, and as a result, investors are questioning, does the government really think this company is too big to fail? That's the open question at the moment, and so far they haven't gotten the backing they need.
And some of these businesses really are dependent, right, on a lender like CIT Group. In other words, they can't go to a bank.
Exactly. And there have been investors that have suggested that, if this company could be bought by a bank that had access to cheap funding, it could be an attractive category for an acquisition, or company for an acquisition, and that could solve their problems. But as of right now, investors are really questioning whether or not the government will step in and prevent this failure.
Okay, Caroline, thank you very much. Caroline Salas, Bloomberg News reporter.